Hey, welcome. I'm Will Royall, and this is for music festivals selling $250,000 to $5 million in ticket revenue. 6 secrets to increase your festival's profit margin to 32% and increase attendance by 20%. So, check this out. Backwoods Camping and Music Festival. Javi Gillian, the executive producer, said this is the best thing that we ever did for our business. They took their business from $880,000 to $1.6 million in revenue, $446,000 in additional profits, $42,000 in ticketing fees saved, $75,000 in ad spend saved, $130,000 in artist fees saved, and they did this in 24 months' time. They were approved for 2021's festival season, even during COVID. Another one here, Venue 578 Festival Grounds. JP, the assistant manager there, said, we crushed it, $900,000 to $2.1 million in revenue, $202,000 in ticketing fees saved, $36,000 in marketing saved, 10% increase in VIP sales. They did it in 12 months. They threw their largest New Year's Eve party during COVID just the other day. Many others are also experiencing some amazing results with this, and the media is talking about this. Who is this for? This is for people who own a music festival that want to sell more tickets. This is for non-profitable music festivals right now who are trying to figure out how to turn a profit. If you're maybe struggling with your event expenses or you're feeling at a loss as to what the next steps are, you're not sure if what you're paying artists is worth it. You're not sure if the bookings are actually moving ticket sales. You don't trust your artist agents. You know, maybe you've run successful festivals before, but you're struggling to grow it. And maybe you've lost money on events in the past. You can't stand Ticketmaster on Eventbrite. No, none of us can, right? Maybe you love new marketing ideas and want to just sell more tickets. Most importantly, you're going to stop at nothing to succeed. This is who this is for. You'll stop at nothing to succeed. All right? Who this isn't for. This is not for skeptics, know-it-alls. If you think you know it all already, you can stop watching right now. If you treat your business like a hobby or don't take it that seriously, and you know, there's some things in here that maybe some non-music events might find interesting, but this is geared towards music festivals, and that's who this is for. Now, your struggle with profitability and growth is not your fault. I want to make that abundantly clear here, okay? The average ticket service fee is 27%. That's huge. And the average festival spends about 45% of their revenue on artists. That's a huge amount. So the odds are stacked against you from the very beginning. If you think about it, this is, what is this? This is 72% of your revenue already gone just to these two factors. And then you've got to pay on top of that production and marketing and for, you know, all the staff and then try to turn a profit out of that. So the odds are stacked against you from the very beginning because of these high expenses. And in fact, 68% of music festival organizers reported profitability as their biggest challenge. And this study was done by Eventbrite. It's one of these ticketing companies that are charging these crazy fees, right? 68% of music festivals are having the same struggles and issues that you are. But I pass my ticketing fees on to the consumer. I know this is what you're thinking, right? This 27% is not really real. I pass it on to my consumer, so I don't have that expense. That's what we call the Max Price Fallacy, okay? Your customer has a maximum price that they can afford to pay to attend your event. This is so critical, guys, that you understand this. Anything you do not keep of that max price is money lost to you and your business. This is what we call the Max Price Fallacy, all right? This is a critical concept that you have to understand. Even if you're passing something on to the customer, you're having to price your ticket slightly lower to make room for that fee that the ticketing company is keeping. So anything that you do not keep of that maximum price is money lost to you and your business. So the truth is, you can eliminate your ticketing service fees, reclaiming up to 27% more revenue immediately. And as a bonus in this video, I'm also going to show you how to slash your artist budget up to 30% while selling 20% more tickets than you did the year before. So stay tuned. Who am I? I am a founder. I'm an entrepreneur. I scaled an international e-commerce company from 0 to 10 million in 24 months time. I scaled a national music festival from 50 grand to 1.8 million in just 12 months. We scaled the third largest Central Florida concert venue to the second largest from 1 million to 2.2 million in just 12 months. I owned an ad agency for 14 years, expanded it, and I had an office in Rockefeller Center in New York, had one in Orlando, and I've booked all sorts of acts and tours such as Migos, Post Malone, Odessa, Grizz, Cardi B, Revolution, Travis Scott, and a whole lot more. I've been doing this for a while now. How did I get to these 6 secrets? How did we put this solution together? Well, I was not always successful, and I'm not telling you this to brag or to get sympathy at all. I'm telling you this because I want you to see how we went from a failure to success at what we do. I lost 1.2 million when I first entered the entertainment space, and a large 6-figure portion of that was my money. Not all of it was. Some of it was investor money, and I had to face those investors, and we lost the money. That was very difficult conversations, very stressful for me and my family. None of our marketing technology scaled at the time. We weren't part of any big promotional network. We weren't leveraging networks the way you should be in marketing. And our ticketing and event management technologies were very expensive. I realized to become profitable, I needed to cut expenses or grow attendance and revenue, and went looking for solutions only to find that they did not exist. They were buggy, they were too expensive, or they just didn't scale. I used my ad agency development and marketing skills to just build the solution from scratch. Since it didn't exist, I had a team of developers in place. We were marketers. We had built big applications for Hilton, Ruth's Chris, Fiserv, TGI Fridays. And so we just went and built it ourselves. And it created insane 32% profit margins for my entertainment business. And we grew sales 120% at my venue. You just saw the numbers. 3,500% for my festival, right? 50,000 to 1.8 million. Other promoters started asking me in the networking business. They said, hey, is this something that would work for me too? And so our new mission, I assembled a team, and our new mission now is to get this solution in the hands of other music promoters to help them throw more successful events. I do this because I love that people get to have these lifelong memorable experiences at these shows. And now if I can help other event creators like yourself be more successful at what you do, that makes me feel like I've got a hand in all of these events and all of these people's experiences around the globe. So now on to the 6 secrets, the 6 steps to increasing your profitability and ticket sales and revenue, and basically to hold a successful music festival. So step 1, choosing a ticketing company. It's an absolute necessity. We all have to do it. Here's the deal. If you choose a ticketing company with no fees, you're going to crush it. So Backwoods, I'm going to talk a lot about Backwoods in here so I can give you an entire holistic view of one specific customer who's used many of these secrets to improve their event. Backwoods made $42,000 more profit in a single year by eliminating their ticketing fees. Okay, $42,000 more in just 1 year by eliminating the ticketing fees. Venue 578 made $808,000, almost $1 million, $808,000 more over a 4-year contract by eliminating their ticketing fees. All right, the ticketing companies are getting rich. They're big, publicly traded companies. They're dominating the market because they charge these exorbitant ticketing fees and make money off of your business. So this is the old way, right? We all know that you entertain taking money up front from ticketing companies, which are really just loans disguised as royalties, sponsorships, or advances. The result is that you pay it back in the form of ridiculously high ticketing fees. And the ticketing company makes a massive profit off of your business, okay? And sometimes you pass the fees on to the attendee, but this still results in a loss to your business due to the Max Price Fallacy we talked about, all right? And I've actually created some videos here. This is it right here, calculating the real cost of upfront ticketing and sponsorship advances. We go through some calculations just to show you exactly what it is. You can find this video on YouTube, the real cost of ticketing sponsorships, and it will talk to you about how taking money up front from a ticketing company is probably the worst decision you could make profit-wise for your business. I've also got another one called Increase Your Music Festival's Profit Guaranteed. You can find this one on YouTube. Again, we go through some calculations here. This one is just showing you the addition to your P&L's EBITDA, the profit that you will make guaranteed with this one simple thing, okay? So the new way. So this is how you're going to do it going forward. You're going to choose a ticketing company that does not charge ticketing fees. It sounds incredibly simple, right? But there's not a lot of them out there. What you're going to do after that is you're going to price the ticket at the max price that the customer is willing to pay to attend. The result is that you're going to keep 100% of the profit that the ticketing company used to make off of your business, increasing your total profit. And if you need money up front, a lot of people are taking this money because they need it. If you need it, you can borrow it at cheaper rates than what a ticketing company would charge you. And I will show you that in those other videos. If you go back and watch the real cost of ticketing sponsorships, I will show you the interest rates that they're charging you essentially through the form of a fee is incredibly expensive. You can borrow it at much cheaper rates elsewhere. But remember that the good news is that after all of the additional profit that you're going to be making over the course of the year from keeping those fees, you're not going to need to borrow much. You're going to be making so much more money that you don't need to borrow much, okay? Music festival secret number one, not taking money from ticketing companies and choosing a ticketing company with zero ticket service fees can instantly make your music festival more profitable by up to 27% of your total revenue. All right, that's secret number one. Find a company that charges zero ticket service fees. So here's some questions around that I get asked around secret number one, right? So does this work if I'm just starting out? Of course it works if you're just starting out. In fact, you're going to get much further ahead in your business faster than anybody who doesn't do this. And what I mean by that is sometimes there's companies that are 4 or 5 years old, festivals that have been going on for 4 or 5 years, they're still not profitable, right? They're growing, but they're still not profitable. You may be able to get profitable in the first year or the second year because you haven't given away this ridiculous amount in the form of ticketing fees. Another question, what if I don't take money up front from my ticketing company? Well, you probably got an even worse deal than the people who did take money up front because you're paying the ridiculously high fees and you didn't even get anything for it. So, it's still going to work for you. In fact, it's going to work even better for you because your return is going to be so great on this. What if my fees aren't that high? Of course, it still works, right? Like if you had the choice of paying 10 cents for something or getting something for 2 cents, hopefully you'd go with the one that's 2 cents, right? And so in this case, if there's no ticketing fee associated with it, that's less than a small fee. So if your fees aren't that high, it still makes sense for you. It's still going to add up over the course of the year. And the more that your festival grows, the more money this means to your bottom line. What if I'm already selling on a different platform for this event? Do I have to wait to start keeping the fees for myself? You can import pretty much from one ticketing platform to another. You can take all the buyers from the previous platform and quickly import it into any other platform so that you only have to use the new platform at your front gates. So it's not that hard to do. You can do it in a CSV file. It takes a few seconds to do it. If you can switch now, then you're going to keep the fees from this point forward up until your event. And you've only lost what's been in the past. So let the past be the past and switch as soon as possible. What if I'm already in contract, though, with a ticketing company and there are fines to break my contract? So this happens a lot in the industry. These ticketing companies know that they're making money off your business. So they offer you this contract, maybe this little bit up front in exchange for a 3 or 4 year deal because they want to lock you in and lock those profits in for themselves. Typically, they'll put a fine of some sort of a fee to break that contract. And it doesn't, 9 times out of 10, if you do the math on this, the cost to break your contract is under the amount of profit, and usually by a lot, under the amount of profit that you're going to make by switching ticketing companies to a free or a fee-free ticketing company, one that doesn't charge fees per ticket sold, okay? And so do the math. I walk through this actually in those videos I mentioned. Go find those videos. You do the math and you'll find that most of the time it makes sense to break the contract ahead of time and start earning those profits. What you're looking for is that bottom line number at the end of the year on your P&L. You want the profit to be maximized by the end of the year. So what if my ticketing company is a sponsor or giving me money up front? Well, I think I've covered that quite a bit. What a sneaky sponsorship that is. We give you money up front and then lock you into a 4-year deal, so you have to keep paying us fees over and over, right? So booking artists. This is step 2. We're on to step 2 now. Everybody has to book artists for their festival, right? That's what sells the tickets. You build the lineup. The deal is, though, if you can if you can be 100% sure that the artists that you're booking are going to drive more revenue than the total cost of your show, you'll never lose money, right? Sounds incredibly simple. That's what we're all trying to do. That's the goal. If you can identify which artists now are on sale and have a higher demand than the artists that may be charging a premium but have lower demand, then it's game over. And that's the key right there, right? You got to find the artists that are charging this but have a high demand rather than the artists that are charging this and have a lower demand. If you can figure out, some sort of formula to analyze all of these artists and the potential artists that are coming your way, and you can figure that formula out, you will win, okay? So Backwoods made $410,000 more profit in 2018 while lowering their music budget by $130,000, okay? That's a huge spread. With less spend, they sold 1,400 more tickets year over year. And they did this through that formula by identifying which artists were kind of on sale and were going to generate more tickets versus the cost of that artist. So back to our examples over here, I have another video, okay? I take you through this document here, which talks about how to make $410,000 more this year by booking artists and selling more tickets. There's a video that walks you through it on YouTube. After you get done watching the 6 Secrets video that we're watching right now, make sure you go and find this video on YouTube, okay? So, the old way. This is how everybody books artists, right? They go and they talk to their friends and they think they know what's going on in the industry and they find out what's hot right now, all right? And you book acts maybe based on what the agents are telling you as well. Or you're booking acts that you've worked with before and you're comfortable with. The result in doing it this way, though, is that you lose money on a show once in a while or don't make as much as you could have because you possibly missed the mark on some of the right acts. Or you either overpaid or the act didn't move as many tickets as expected. And this is the promotions game. It's like going to Vegas, I always say. We started in this business and it's just like going to Vegas at first. That's what it feels like. You're throwing down hundreds of thousands of dollars and you put your hands together and you hope and pray that you're going to sell tickets. Not anymore, all right? The decisions you're going to make booking artists now are based on data, not on emotion or suggestions from others. So you're not going to book anymore what you like or what your friends like or what you think you're supposed to be booking or what the agents are telling you are hot right now. You're going to book it based solely on data. You're going to obtain permission to view Spotify listener data of your past and present attendees and your potential ticket buyers, all right? And then all you do is you book the most popular acts that are trending and overlapping amongst that database that you're going to market to. So for example, if you've got 10,000 people in your database and you see that 9,000 people are listening to this specific artist over the last few weeks, then you will book that artist over the artist that maybe only 4,000 of them have listened to in the last few weeks. How do you know who they're listening to right now? Well, get the Spotify artist listener data of your potential database that you're going to market to. And the end result is that you'll recognize value-priced artists that will sell more tickets. That'll help you lower expenses and increase your revenue. So for example, again, on that 9,000 person where there's 9,000 people in your database who are listening to that artist may be priced at like $50,000, whereas the artist that's only half of your database is listening to 5,000, they may be priced at $75,000. And now that you can see the demand for tickets, right, versus the cost of the artist, you can analyze many, many different artists and use your artist budget most efficiently to get the amount of ticket sales that you want, and make sure that you're not overpaying, and make sure that your database is going to resonate with these guys. This is what you want to do to make booking decisions going forward. Music festival secret number 2. Making your booking decisions based on a ticket buyer's listener data rather than your preference or suggestions from an agent is required to hold consistently successful music festivals that never lose money, always move massive amounts of ticket sales, and turn huge profits for their owners. It's all about data, not emotion, not suggestions, not the agents. You're going to make it based on the data collected from your potential past, present ticket buyers, okay? That's what we're going to do here. A couple of questions around this. How do you get access to view my attendees' Spotify listener data? Well, Spotify has an open API. So they allow users to basically give you this permission, and you can go in and you can see who they've followed, like what artists they're following, what artists they listened to in the last 90 days. You can see this information, and then you can look across your entire database and correlate it, analyze it to get the data that you're looking for. What does an attendee have to do to give me permission to access their data? Well, through some sort of software that accesses that API, the user basically has to just click a button that says connect my Spotify account, and that's it. That's the only thing they have to do. It's super easy for them to do it. How long can I access their listener data for? Well, Spotify allows a 90-day window for listener data, but you can access that data for as long as the person provides you the access. And once they click it, they've pretty much turned on the access inevitably until they or turn it off. Let's say they have to uncheck it, turn it off. And most of them don't go turn it off because nothing's reminding them that you have access to this data. And so usually it's for as long as they have their Spotify account once they've connected it. And so how do you use the data to save money when booking artists? Well, I spoke a little bit about it earlier, but it's about recognizing the amount of overlap that an artist has with your entire database and their price. So you find the price and you find the overlap and you analyze that amongst all the different artists that you're looking at, okay? The top 100, top 150 artists, whatever it might be. And what you might find is that, let's say an artist, before they even go on their first big tour, okay? We've done this a few times, and this is great when you can find this out. An artist, before they even go on their first big tour, is massively popular and everybody's listening to them on your database. But the agent and the artist management, they've got no idea how to value what their artist should charge yet because they're new, right? And they don't have the past data from their last tour because last year they weren't popular yet. And so you can find these diamonds, right? These diamonds, we go mining for these diamonds through this data, and you book these artists that just crush the sales for you and cost you hardly anything, right? Hardly anything. how do I sell more tickets with this listener data? Well, I think that one speaks for itself. If you find those diamonds, all right, the ones that have the most overlap with your database, you're going to sell more tickets. And if you can, on a music festival lineup, if you can stack these, so you can find an artist that 75% of your database is listening to, and then another artist that like 72% is listening to, and another artist that like 68% is listening to, all of a sudden your lineup has the artists that have the most overlap with the most amount of people in your database. And they're just like, oh my gosh, 60% of your people are like, I listen to every one of these artists on this lineup. This is amazing. This is the most amazing lineup ever. And that's how you get that reaction, okay? And you're going to just crush it at that point. You're going to sell so many tickets. Step 3, building ambassador teams. So music festivals tend to use networks. They leverage the network of ambassadors to help promote their business. The problem with this is that it's difficult to do. So managing a large ambassador team successfully can sell hundreds of thousands of dollars in tickets for you. Each year, your ambassador program will get stronger too, and sell more tickets as the ambassadors get better at their job, right? They know what they did last year. It's easy. As soon as you start the program, boom, they're off to the races. Backwoods added $175,797.10 in tickets in 2018 and added another $228,214.20 in 2019. So you can see that the ambassador program improved year over year. The festival also tracked 22,293 social media posts that were organic by the ambassadors. It lowered its ad cost by $75,000 on social media since it was getting all this organic traction, and it tracked the distribution of 10,757 posters and flyers. That's a lot of proof, okay? The old way that we would run ambassador programs, myself included when we first got started, and probably the way a lot of you are running them now, we would recruit ambassadors manually. We'd manage all the tasks on this huge Google sheet, spreadsheet, Excel sheet, whatever it is, and we'd manually check social profiles one by one. So we'd go to their Facebook page. Did they do the post I asked them to do? We'd go to their Twitter account. Did they do the post I asked them to do? And if you ask them to do a lot of posts, it is just an enormous task if you're actually going to check their work. And a lot of times what happens is, you just don't end up checking their work. And so, or you just keep your team incredibly small so that it's manageable. Printing hard tickets, getting them to sell tickets for you. You would print paper tickets and try to collect cash from the ambassadors, but you can only do that with the ones that you trust because you don't want your tickets to go missing or your ticket money to go missing. And so the result, this thing is manually time consuming. You don't sell as many tickets as you want because you keep the team small and it just doesn't perform as well as you'd like. And a lot of times you give up on it because it's not worth the effort. Here's how you're going to do it going forward. So you're going to recruit ambassadors from a large network of proven ambassadors, one that's already in existence, one that already exists. This will help your recruiting efforts. You can add in your own ambassadors on top of it, but having that pre-existing network will help you build a massive team. You're going to automate the management and tracking of all the tasks and rewards so that you can scale it, okay? You can't do this if it's a manual process. You have to automate everything so you can scale this, scale the numbers, all right? And you need to let every ambassador, I don't care who they are, if you know them, if you trust them, I don't care what, every ambassador has to sell tickets for you. And you got to build this team big. I mentioned that already, but I'm going to say it again. This is a numbers game. This is sales, okay, people? Sales is a numbers game. You've got to build the massive numbers if you want the massive numbers in sales. All right, the end result is that you're going to have hundreds of ambassadors promoting for you, thousands of posters and flyers handed out, and thousands of social posts that are all organic, not costing you anything, and the hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of tickets sold. And that's what we really care about, right? Hundreds of thousands of dollars in tickets sold. Here's secret number 3. Managed ambassador programs work for music festival promotion and can sell hundreds of thousands of dollars in additional tickets for you automatically without any risk of cash or ticket losses by using tech and leveraging pre-existing ambassador networks. If you've got the right tools, there's no risk. You can build a huge team and they can drive a lot of sales for you. So some questions I typically get around this secret. How do I automatically recruit ambassadors from a larger network than my own, right? Well, these networks exist out there. You just have to go become a member. You have to create a program in an existing network of ambassadors and invite them to join your campaign. These guys are going to know what they're doing. They're going to have networks of friends already in existence who go to festivals, who want to buy tickets. You just got to plug into that and you're golden. How do my ambassadors sell tickets for me? How can I trust them? Well, the technology takes trust out of the scenario. So they can sell tickets for you online. You can have anybody sell tickets for you, and the technology keeps everybody honest. It's going to make sure that the ticket gets delivered to the ticket buyer. It's going to make sure that the attendee themselves, the attendee gets their ticket, the ambassador gets their commission if you're paying them a commission, and they're going to make sure that you get your ticket money. So trust is eliminated through the use of good technology. How can ambassadors sell tickets online using a tracking link? So the same technology, right? It will create a tracking link for the ambassador and allow them to share it via text message, via email, on their social profiles, whatever it might be. And whenever that person goes to your website to purchase the ticket, then the ambassador will get credit for that referral using the tracking link. How can ambassadors sell tickets for cash? This one is a big one, right? So what you do to get ambassadors to sell tickets for cash and not risk losing the cash or losing the tickets is by getting the ambassador's credit card on file. You can let them charge the customer cash. We then charge the ambassador's credit card, so you get your money right away and everybody's happy. Okay, the ambassador, maybe you charge them a wholesale rate on their credit card so that they keep their commission. So they have their commission right away, ticket buyer has their ticket right away, and you as the promoter get your cash right away because you still got a credit card. Basically, you got the ambassador's credit card instead of the ticket buyer. How can I track my ambassador's tasks automatically? Again, technology does this for you as well. So the answer to all of these questions is basically technology. If you get the right piece of ambassador management technology, it can do all of this for you. It can handle the cash transactions. It can handle the tracking links. It can handle automatically tracking the tasks. Basically, the technology is the key to this. Step 4, building your festival's mobile app. All right. You need a way to communicate regularly and inexpensively with customers. All right. Email marketing doesn't get you the results anymore. We all know that. Social media continues to get more expensive, and organic reach is stifled. All right. They limit you to like 10% of your audience is going to see your posts on social media. And so Backwoods built a mobile app without a developer, saving them $15,000. And they began sending push notifications to attendees instead of text messages. Response rates skyrocketed over 92% compared to email because it comes right to their phone. And they saved $2,200 a year compared to text-based marketing. All right. So this is the old way that you would communicate typically. You would send expensive SMS text messages. You'd send emails that either go to spam or never opened up. You reach only about 10% of your following on social media and pay huge advertising fees if you wanted to reach more. You'd pay expensive developers to create your mobile app. If you were smart enough to create a mobile app, you're paying a developer to do it. And the end result is that it's expensive. You don't always get the response or the reach you're looking for. And the cost to develop an app is high, and it's expensive to maintain as well. Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to build a mobile app without an expensive developer. You can do it yourself. You don't need to learn how to code. You don't need to develop. You don't need a developer, okay? You're going to send push notifications rather than expensive, 10 cents per text message to your group. You're going to get them all to download the mobile app, and then you're going to send them push notifications that don't cost near as much as text messages. You're going to continue to send out emails as a secondary form of communication. I'm not saying to stop your other forms of contact. I'm just saying if you want to make sure that you're reaching more people, you need a mobile app. And you're going to lower your retargeting ad spend that way on social media because you'll connect to more of that audience through your mobile app. The end result is that you're going to get much higher response rates and you're going to save money on marketing. That's the end result. So music festival secret number 4 is that custom mobile apps are inexpensive and they're easy to build without expensive developers. Okay, they can pay for themselves many times over. They can generate high response, engagement, and profits more than traditional communication methods for music festivals. You can announce your lineup there, you can sell tickets. Custom mobile apps are inexpensive and you don't need developers. All right. So secret number 4, questions that I get: how can I develop an app when I don't know how to code? Well, you use what's called a GUI interface. It's a graphical interface. It's software. You can literally build your mobile app without any knowledge of code and push it to the Android and Apple app stores. There has to be a cost. How much is it going to cost me? Yes, there's going to be a cost, but it's not $15,000 for a developer. It's literally in the hundreds of dollars, okay? It's going to depend on where you go to do this, but if you can build this app without code, you can get it done, and it's not going to cost you that much money. It's going to be the cost of a couple of tickets. You sell a few tickets, and you'll cover the cost on this. How much can I customize the app since I don't have developers coming? Well, it will be some limitations around it, but there are companies that build apps specifically for music festivals, okay? You can put in your lineup, you can put in the stage times, you can put in, your blog articles, you can put in social media stuff, you can change the look and the feel and the colors and, your logo, everything. You can pretty much change everything you need to in regards to your music festival, all right? And people will download your app. How will people download it? People download your app through the app stores. All right, they just how to download an app. It's on your iPhone, it's on your Android. You're going to tell them through your other marketing channels that there's an app available. Just include it everywhere and put it on your website, and people will download your app. Once they've downloaded it, you've got a great connection. You can send them notifications anytime. Next year's festival, you can announce next year's lineup, let them know when tickets go on sale. You get an instant hit of everybody who downloaded it from the year past. Instantly, they start buying tickets. That's great. How do I update the information in my app? We do that through a content management system. Much like you would update a website, you can update the information in your app through a content management system. How much can I really save by building my app this way? Well, developers, like I said, if you were to get a developer to develop your app, they're probably going to charge you $12,000, $13,000, $14,000. And that's on a small scale. You'd spend upwards of $100,000 on your app. It's not just that though. Communicating, once you get the app built, communicating through the app is where the long-term savings come. So you won't be spending money on text marketing anymore. If you get enough of your following from social media onto the app, you can communicate with them there, which means you have to spend less on the retargeting ads that Facebook and Instagram and these kinds of social media sites require you to do to communicate with your following. So the long-term savings is really in the marketing cost. And does this really increase engagement and ticket sales? Of course it does. 92% higher than email, okay? That's what the studies show. Your push notifications come right to your phone. This is the best thing since sliced bread marketing wise since social media. Really, social media was great. Now the fact that you can have your own mobile app in the app stores and connect and build an engaging community around your own mobile app and just communicate directly with them. This is the best way to do it. Okay, on to step number 5, streaming your festival online. Streaming a festival increases awareness and ticket sales and can be another way to monetize your event. All right, so check this out. K-pop sensation BTS broke records. They sold over 1 million tickets to their online streaming concert, man. 1 million attendees. Like, where can you have 1 million attendees at any in-person event, right? It's crazy. 1 million tickets to their online streaming concert. Record Bar, just to show you the scale of this. So that's on the big end, right? On the small end, Record Bar is a small 500-person cap venue, I think somewhere in the middle of Kansas. They sell an average of 100 paid virtual tickets for every show, and it earns them an extra $700. They sell them for $7 online, and they get an extra $700 per show. This venue's doing 40, 50, 60 shows in a year, easy, one per week, and they get an extra $700. I mean, that's a ton of money by the end of the year. Shiner is a small Midwest touring band. They hosted a 1-hour virtual concert online. They made $6,018 in profit after their expenses, and they're just a small band, right? So this works. You can sell more tickets, and it's very low expense. Here's how people used to do it, or not at all, right? It was big, it was expensive, and camera and satellite truck equipment. It was really used only for marketing purposes at first by the big guys, by the Live Nations and AEGs and these huge festivals, to try to generate interest in future ticket buyers to large annual events. And they would stream it for free, basically, in hopes that people would buy tickets. But the end result is that it is expensive, and it's out of reach for these smaller to mid-size festivals. The upfront investment is just too much to hope for future ticket sales. And so using separate streaming platforms meant security for virtual concerts, was non-existent because it didn't tie in with the ticketing, and there was no real way to monetize it. So people just gave it away for free as a form of marketing to try to get people to buy tickets in the future. Super risky, super expensive, mostly saved for the very, very big boys. But now no matter what your size festival, can do this, and you can monetize your viewership. So the way you're going to do it is you're going to use inexpensive camera equipment. I mean, even HD cameras these days are not that much money. And you're going to just use the feed from the soundboard at front of house and a laptop. That's all you need, and an internet connection, high-speed internet connection rather than a satellite truck. That's all you need to stream your festival online, all right? You're also going to sell tickets to the stream rather than giving it away for free to access new geographical markets and expand your venue's capacity, essentially. And in the end, you're going to add very little expense to your show, and you're going to be selling tickets to people all over the world who want to attend and earn new revenue from it. So music festival secret number 5 is using a ticketing company with secured built-in streaming capabilities is the only way to expand and guarantee monetization of 100% of your viewership. It can add thousands in additional ticket sales from people who can't attend in person. Now, there's a really important part here, which is that the ticketing company has the secured streaming built in, okay? There's a lot, since the coronavirus, there's a lot of, streaming companies and ticketing companies that have kind of integrated together. But the problem is that the ticketing company is just sending out a link to the live stream. And if somebody shares that link, then anybody can get in without a ticket. And once you're on the stream, you don't necessarily know, if you're on Facebook especially, or YouTube, you don't know who's watching. In Facebook and YouTube, they keep all of that data. You don't have any of that data. You don't know who's watching, and you're not sure if you monetized all your views. So if you use a streaming company that's got ticketing built in, or vice versa, then they act as a front gate, just like your front gate of your festival. Every person who tries to come in and watch has to have their ticket validated. If they were to share that URL, it would say that the ticket has already been used, just like if you scanned a used ticket at your front gates. So that's secret number 5. Some questions I get around this: what equipment is needed to stream my event? You can do some research. We have some white papers and some informational tools on our website that really go into detail on this, but it really comes down to tapping into your soundboard, pulling that into a laptop, and having some sort of HD, camera that's recording into the laptop, and an internet connection. That's it. You need to have video input, sound input, laptop, and internet connection. That's all you need. The rest of it is software-based and on the laptop. So how do people watch the streamed event? Well, they go to the event page. They just go to the event page where they purchase tickets. They click view stream at the time that it's going live, and it pops up on their phone. It pops up on their computer. They can even stream it to their TV. They drag and drop their ticket onto the screen. It scans it, says, yes, you're welcome to the festival, and they can watch it on any device that they wish to watch it on. So can users chat or communicate with each other? They can. So there's a chat room, just like a regular festival, that they can communicate back and forth with each other. People in the audience can talk to one another. They can even you can even have somebody from the festival participating in that chat room. And we've seen artists in the past participate in the chat room as well, which gets everybody super stoked. Can I use a separate streaming platform for my ticketing company? Well, I talked about this a little bit. You definitely can, but it does not guarantee that every view is monetized, that everybody is a valid ticket holder. If you want them to make sure that you've collected money, that they're a valid ticket holder, you've got to use a ticketing company that has built-in streaming to it, not a separate streaming platform. Step number 6, okay, this is our last big secret. Putting tickets on sale. Another thing that everybody has to do who owns a music festival. So we all know, or you should know, that the faster and earlier that you can sell tickets, the more tickets overall you're going to sell, and the better your chances of selling out. It gets that momentum going, okay? And the more momentum you can get up, the earlier you can get that momentum up, the more chances you're going to have to selling out. So getting your event to go viral, okay, getting everybody talking about it, getting the hype up, getting the event to go viral before you put tickets on sale will skyrocket your demand, all right, and drive massive sales when tickets do go live. Backwoods drove an extra $61,601. This is on top of their normal on sale. This was all tracked the day tickets went on sale to a viral contest registration page. So they got their event and this registration page to go viral ahead of tickets going on sale, and they tracked an extra $61,000 of revenue to that page. This was above and beyond normal on-sale revenue, and they also gained access to 1,497 Spotify accounts. And we talked earlier about why that's important, right? That's important because now they have access to this listening data to help them with future artist booking decisions. So getting the event to go viral not only helped drive tickets sales on sale day, but it also got them 1,497 more Spotify accounts. That's a lot of data to be sorting through. So here's how people would normally put tickets on sale for a festival. You'd post on your social sites organically. You may boost those social posts or run ads. You might send emails and send out SMS text messages. You might run additional paid marketing like Google AdWords or even retargeting on your website. And the end result is that you're limited to communicating only to those that you can reach through these channels. And you'll pay heavily for advertising to new prospects that are outside of your database. In some cases, you're going to even pay the social media sites like Facebook to reach those who are already following you, right? Because they limit your exposure, and you have to pay to reach your own audience. And it becomes expensive, and you reach only a fraction of the people that you could be reaching. And so this is how you're going to do it going forward. You're going to run a small amount of ads to seed a viral contest registration page, and you're going to send out your normal emails and social posts organically that don't cost you anything. But you're going to do that to seed a viral contest registration page. You're then going to have the contest registrants invite their friends for more chances to win. And those friends, in turn, are going to do the same thing, and so on and so on. And so it grows exponentially. 10 friends all invite, 10 friends each. Now you got 100. They all invite 10 friends each. You got 1,000, and so on, and it gets it to go viral. The end result is just that. It leads to massive sales the same day tickets go on sale, because you're going to reach way more people without paying for ads, and it's all going to be free and organic growth. You're going to gain lots of new potential buyers for your database, because all these people who registered are giving you their names and their email addresses, and connecting with you on social media. So music festival secret number 6 is using a contest registration page prior to putting tickets on sale will make your event go viral, lead to massive marketing database growth, and insane ticket numbers at on sale. All right. It's also going to help you get more Spotify listener data to make better artist booking decisions. Some questions I get asked about this. How do I set up a registration page that tracks the results? The answer is technology. Again, you can set these up much like you do a website. There's specific software solutions out there to set up registration pages that will track the results and the actual ticket sales from anybody who registered on the contest and later bought a ticket, so you can see exactly how that page did for you. How does registering with Spotify give me access to their listener data? We covered this a little bit earlier, but basically it gives you access through the API. Spotify then, since you've obtained permission from the registrant, they basically register with their Spotify account and they gave you permission at the same time that they registered, then you get access to that listener data. How does the registration page increase my social following or reach on social media? Part of the registration process gives them more points, more chances to win, and tells them to do so to earn more chances to win, to follow you on social media and to also share your event on social media. So not only are they inviting their friends manually, but then they're also sharing it on these social channels and they're having to follow you. So it's building your social following, it's building your email database, it's building your Spotify registrations, and it's spreading the word about your event. It's doing all of these activities for you. So do you see, in summary, do you see that if you choose a ticketing company with 0 ticket fees and you reclaim that for yourself, that you book the right artists at the right price using listener data and you find out what that ratio is to get the max amount of ticket sales for the least amount of cost, and that you build a huge ambassador team, you get hundreds of people that are all out there selling tickets to their friends and promoting for you, that you build a mobile app that you can communicate with your attendees inexpensively and at a very high engagement rate, and you stream your festival online so you can continue selling tickets to even people who don't live near your festival or aren't going to travel to your festival, that you can add revenue that way, and that you get your event to go viral before you put tickets on sale through some sort of viral contest registration page that has a viral nature to it. If you do all of that, you can easily grow your margin to 32% and increase your total attendance by 20% or more this year. Do you see how easy that is? That's all we have to do. These are the 6 key things that are going to, move the biggest levers in your business for you. There's a couple ways that you can do this, okay? The number one is kind of the hard way, all right? This is the way we started out doing it originally. And this is the way most people do it, all right? You try to build, and a lot of people don't even do a lot of these things because it's just so hard. You build your own ticketing platform without fees. Like that, you got to have software development knowledge. You got to be able to do that kind of thing. You have to, maybe you're paying someone else to do it. It's going to be super expensive if you want to do that. So you build your own ticketing platform without fees. You can poll your audience manually and ask them who they want to see every month, maybe, to ensure that you're booking the right acts, right? But you got to keep bugging them, and you got to hope that they respond to you and send you, a message back or something. And that's going to be a lot of messages back and forth. Manage and recruit a huge ambassador team manually. We talked about that. And most people are doing this manually through spreadsheets and trying to manage. You can imagine you have 200 people and you told them to do 100 social media posts over the course of 6 months. There's no way you're going to be able to find 20,000, manually track 20,000 social posts on your own. You can learn to code and develop a mobile app. You can hope and pray that your event goes viral or pay crazy amounts in advertising fees to get that same sort of reach. You can use multiple software apps to stream and ticket your event, but it would be unsecured at that point. And so many who start this way won't reach profitability for the first 4 to 5 years on average. That's actually, you can look those stats up. Most festivals are not profitable for at least 4 years, 5 years. And that's because all of this stuff is incredibly hard to do and get dialed in. And most will go out of business before getting there. Most festivals do not make it 4 to 5 years. And if they do make profitability, margins will be thin even when it's reached. And you're going to pay more for things that you just really don't have to. If you do this the hard way, you're going to pay for things, like 27% ticketing fees, or maybe you got a good deal and you're paying 15%. Whatever the case may be, you're going to pay for things that you really don't have to do. That's option 1. That's the hard way. Option 2 is the easy way. There's some software called PromoTix. Use PromoTix. It's advanced event marketing software and ticketing software and streaming software. It's event management software. You keep 100% of the ticketing fees yourself. All right. You recruit hundreds of ambassadors to sell tickets for you on the PromoTix Ambassador Network. You can leverage that and join the network. You launch your festival's mobile app without developers. You get your event to go viral before tickets ever go on sale. You stream your festival and sell virtual tickets globally. And you see your potential ticket buyers' Spotify listener data to save money on artists and increase your festival attendance. All right. So again, who is this for? This is for music festivals who want to increase their profit margin to 32% or more. They want to grow their attendance by 20% or more. They want to sell millions of dollars worth of tickets annually. They want to make $320,000 cash for every $1 million in revenue. All right. They want to save on marketing costs, save on artist booking costs. They never want to lose money again on a show. And they want to be like the big boys. This is the power of this software, is that they leverage the type of data that AEG and Live Nation do to monopolize the industry. So you can start acting like the big boys. And event organizers love PromoTix. So JP Day, we talked to him earlier in the presentation today, but he said, we had over 2,500 downloads of our mobile app in the first week of launch. We increased VIP reservations by 10%, cut our text messages show announcements by 3,000 a month, and it saves us hours managing our street team. Snails is a large, globally touring dubstep artist. He says, PromoTix manages my team of sluggers, ambassadors, over 1,000 strong across the globe, and tracked over 3,700 posters and flyers for my last tour, ensuring we covered all of our shows. He's since gone on to do his second global tour on PromoTix. And I'm going to pull back up. We're going to go into detail on this one because I've mentioned it so many times through the presentation. We're going to go more into detail on this one. So remember, Backwards grew 880 to 1.6, 446,000 in additional profits, and we'll talk about what those profits are consisting of. 42,000 in ticket fees saved, that's part of it. 75,000 in advertising saved, 130,000 in artist fees saved, and they did it in 24 months, and they got approved to do the festival in 2021. Javi says, PromoTix drove over 404,000 in additional sales for our festival and saved us over 42,000 in ticketing fees compared to last year. This is the best thing we ever did for our shows. So they actually sent me a screenshot of the profit and loss here. So you can see that in, it looks like 2018 to 2019, it shows that they were running ambassadors on PromoTix in 2018. They did $175,797.10, and they grew it by $52,000 and change to $228,214 in 2019. This is ambassador ticket sales. That's a huge amount of revenue to drive through ambassadors. Free ticketing. This is ticketing fees, okay? They went from $42,279.15. They negotiated a flat fee deal, okay? $4,995 is all they paid on the ticketing side and didn't get charged a fee per ticket, and they lowered that expense by $42,284.15. That's a huge amount of money just found. They just found that money because it, they no longer have to give that fee away to somebody else. It's just our money now. Amazing. This is Javi. Javi's got a testimonial. I'm going to play it. He sent me this video.
Hello, I'm Javier Gillen, executive producer of Backwoods on Mulberry Mountain. I want to say we're extremely grateful that we found PromoTix. Since we've made over $404,000 in additional sales through their marketing and ambassador programs. We've saved over $42,000 since moving over from Eventbrite on ticketing fees, and it's definitely been the best decision we've made for our event. Thank you.
So Javi's been great. They're doing their next festival with us as well. 2020, obviously, we all know what happened with COVID with that, but 2021, we are excited to be working with them again. So this screenshot is some of the Backwoods Street Team members. So I want to show you here specifically, if you look up here, $23,148 were sold by Chase Miska, okay? Ricky Hong sold $18,829 worth of tickets. These guys, and you can see that what their social shares were. They did 281 shares for Chase, 175 for Ricky. These guys are crushing it. These are selling tickets for Backwoods. Them alone, almost $20,000 for Ricky and over $20,000 for Chase. And you can see a few other people below that were crushing it as well. Allie over 10 grand, Leanne Grace over 10 grand. this is that ambassador network I was talking about, and you can plug in. You can go right now and you can request that these specific people that are proven ambassadors join your program. And this shows the layout of all the promotion that was happening for Backwoods across the country. So the software will actually track and show you and put a pin drop where you can see areas that need more promo, and you can get more ambassadors in that area and tell them to go blanket it. This just makes sure that, especially surrounding your festival, that you've hit all the areas with promo, and it helps you recognize areas that may need more promotion. And this is Chase. So Chase also sent us a testimonial on one. These are the ambassadors themselves. Okay, this is not the event organizer. These are ambassadors who belong to part of the network. This is what Chase had to say.
Hey, my name is Chase Miskett. I used Promo Juice to promote one event. I sold over $22,000 in tickets, made commission, and earned rewards. I highly suggest this program.
Okay. And we got one more too. This is Ricky. He's another ambassador working for Backwoods. You saw his numbers. He sold over $18,000 or something along those lines. This is what Ricky sent in to us.
Hi, my name is Ricky Hong, and I'm a street team member on Promo Juice. In the past 2 years, I've sold over $20,000 worth of tickets in Promo Juice. The platform's super easy to use, and you can sell tickets to anybody. I highly recommend this for anybody who produces events or is looking to join a street team.
Okay, so not just the event creators are finding success, but the ambassadors love doing this because they're making money, they're getting free tickets, they're getting awards, they're getting all sorts of things out of doing this for you. So they want to help you sell tickets, all right? So with PromoTix, all right, you will keep 100% of what the customer is willing to pay to attend your event, increasing your revenue, all right? You're not going to pay a ticket service fee. So this whole Max Price Fallacy concept of passing it on to the customer, none of that exists. You're just going to capture 100% of the max price the customer is willing to pay to attend, giving you the most revenue. You can increase your margin to 32% this year and get hilariously profitable. Okay, I love that word hilariously because it is. When you start making 32% margins on a huge numbers and your business keeps growing, you can reinvest it if you want, but you can do a lot with it. You can take some home if you want to. You can grow attendance by 20% or more. You can finally lower your artist booking fees. You can even get your event to go viral in just 7 days by running a contest. You can leverage the power of ambassador networks to promote your event and lower your advertising spend, as well as the fan networks, right? You can leverage the fan networks on the contest registration page. And you can forget about losing money on shows ever again. You're going to feel at ease because your financial risk will be lower and your workload will be lighter, all right? So get profitable music ticketing software. Before, you would pay tens of thousands in ticketing fees to your old ticketing company. But with PromoTix, you'll keep 100% of that money to make yourself more profitable. You can see the artists the fans are listening to on Spotify. So before, you might have polled your audience for their favorite artists or listened to friends, staff, or agents who, telling you what's hot right now. But now you can see exactly who your ticket buyers are listening to on a daily basis on Spotify, helping you to save money on booking and book the artists that are guaranteed to move ticket sales. All right? Build big ambassador teams on the PromoTix Ambassador Network. Running ambassador programs used to be time-consuming, rarely produced amazing results. Now you can automatically recruit, automatically track, automatically manage, and reward large ambassador street teams and sell more than $150,000 in tickets for your festival through ambassadors. You can leverage ambassadors on social media and lower your ad spend. Since you were unable to build huge teams in the past, you missed out on thousands of organic impressions from previous events. But now with PromoTix, you can lower your social media ad spend and leverage the massive ambassador network. Track posters, flyers, and screenshots on a GPS map. Before, you may not have known exactly where promotions were happening on the ground in areas of critical importance that might have been missed. But now with PromoTix, you identify areas that need more promotion, and you'll be able to send your ambassador team to go blanket that area with promo. And you can have every ambassador sell tickets for cash, credit, or online with an affiliate link. So previously, you would have had to have known and trust your ambassadors to even consider allowing them to sell tickets for cash to prevent possible losses and theft. But now PromoTix's advanced technology, you can have thousands of ambassadors you've never met before selling tickets without the risk of losing ticket money or the tickets, and you can crush your festival sales goals. You can build viral contest registration pages and get fans to promote for you. So this is the fan network you can leverage. Prior to what you learned today, you may have struggled to get your event to go viral, but now you can launch a contest registration page in seconds and create incredible demand for tickets by getting fans to refer each other and give you their Spotify data and spread the word about the event. This is so key. You can build your fan base with your own custom branded mobile app. So if you wanted a mobile app for your festival before, you would have had to hire expensive developers. And now with PromoTix, you can create your own in about 5 minutes. Live stream your festival to sell more tickets globally. So before today, you had no way to easily secure and monetize a live stream for your festival, but now you can make thousands more by simply securely ticketing your live stream to attendees around the globe. And it's multi-platform. You can use it on desktop, iPhone, or Android on the go, no matter where you are. And it plays well with others. It integrates with all of your favorite apps and marketing tools, social media sites, things that you might already be using. So what is a PromoTix relationship valued at? Okay. On average, our customers are saving about $100,000 over the course of whatever their previous ticketing contract was with PromoTix. So we're going to say it's roughly $100,000 on the ticketing fee side. It could be much more if you're a much bigger festival. It could be a little less if you are a smaller festival. Spotify Artist Insights data, $7,500 value. Ambassador, it's going to save you so much more than that. The Ambassadors module, $15,000. Of course, this could be even higher if you sell a lot more through your Ambassador program. The branded mobile app, $12,000, let's say, for an inexpensive developer on average. Virtual event streaming, let's say it's $5,000 if you were to pay somebody to come in and do that for you these days. Viral contest registration pages. There's another software application out there we found in the past that charges about $8,000 for this similar thing. If you add all of this up, $147,500 is what PromoTix would be valued at, or the value of what you would get for PromoTix. So we have a special price, though, for select music festivals. Normal price we charge at PromoTix is $16,000. You can apply for that special price online, though, at promotix.com/quiz and pay much less than $16,000. For a limited time, there's a bonus offer included if you go to promotix.com/quiz and fill it out and book a call with one of the event strategists. There's a limited bonus that we're offering in addition to that special price. And finally, we guarantee it. All right. We've done this enough times that we can guarantee this. In fact, we offer a $20,000 guarantee per year. So if you use this for 2 years, it's a $40,000 guarantee. 3 years, it's a $60,000 guarantee. So you're paying much less than $16,000, okay? And we're going to give you a $20,000 guarantee. That means you're going to make or save at least $20,000 per year compared to what you're doing right now using PromoTix. There's limited availability, though. For us to make sure and provide that guarantee that all of our clients are successful, okay, we can only take so many of them in a month. We only take 10 new festivals per month due to the amount of time that we invest to ensure the success of our customers. So make sure you go to promotix.com/quiz and fill that out, promotix.com/quiz, because there's kind of a waiting list. Let's say there's only 10 new festivals a month. We're getting more than that in the applications process. And so if you want to get in as soon as possible, you need to fill that out. Now, some of you may be asking again, will this work if I'm not yet doing $1 million in sales? Well, yeah. I mean, this works no matter how much you're doing in sales. Even if you're just starting out, this is going to work wonders for your business because it's going to give you more profit. It's going to give you more revenue. It's going to give you more things to work with to reinvest and grow your business. All right. And will this work if you're doing much more than $1 million in sales? Of course. In fact, it's kind of exponential, right? When you get up to 5 million, 6 million, 7 million in revenue, your festival is paying a ridiculous amount in ticketing fees, for example, to the ticketing company, or you're spending a ridiculous amount on artists. And so using these techniques, you can squeeze out a lot of juice out of that amount of revenue. Will this work if I already have a contract with another ticketing company? It will. 9 times out of 10, the fees to get out of your contract will be made up within the first year of using PromoTix. Are there any long-term contracts? No contracts. We don't do any contracts. What we do at PromoTix is allow you to purchase it for the year. You can purchase it for 2 years. You can purchase it for 3 years. You get a better deal the longer you purchase it. But we don't lock anyone into any sort of exclusivity contracts because we don't have to. Since we're not trying to squeeze money out of the event creator and charge these ticketing fees that are, bad for your business, we don't have to put any sort of contracts around it because we know that once you start using PromoTix, you're not going to choose to go somewhere else and pay money to someone else when you don't have to. What are the exact terms of the guarantee? Well, if you're going to make or save $20,000 when using all of our tools on PromoTix. And there's a full written description of the guarantee on our website. You can find that. I'll leave a link to it down below as well. How do I save or make money if I normally pass the ticketing fee on to the attendee? All right, this is the Max Price Fallacy. We talked about this in the beginning of the presentation, but we should probably go over it again because it's super critical. It's not real. When you pass it on to your attendee, you're losing that money. Okay, the Max Price Fallacy says that there is a maximum price that your customer is willing to pay or is able to afford to pay to go to your event. And anything that you don't keep of that maximum price is money lost to your business, which means when you have to price in a fee, or let's say you add a fee on top of your ticket price, if it goes past that max price threshold that the customer is willing to pay, they're just not going to buy the ticket. So you have to actually lower the price of your ticket a little bit to make room for that fee on top. That means that you're losing that money. That's money that you're not collecting and the ticketing company is. Okay? So will this work for me if I am outside the USA? Well, yes, we're a global firm and you can use it. We use Stripe for payment processing. We support the euro, we support Canadian dollar, the Australian dollar. This will work for you if you're outside the USA. How do I justify the cost to my boss? Well, fill out that application, promotix.com/quiz, to get a custom special offer price, and you'll be able to quickly justify the cost to your boss because you'll be able to show them that the ticketing fees that you were paying before greatly outweigh the cost of the software. And in addition to that, you get all the other things that we talked about that help you in those other areas, the viral contest registration pages, the ambassador programs, all of those other things. How do I know you guys are legit? Well, we're based in the U.S. Virgin Islands. You can actually come visit our office. There's a picture of our office on the website under our contact page. Get in touch with us and come down, check us out. This is my office behind me. Those are festival wristbands and festival pins and things. I'm a festy guy. I love going to festivals too. Maybe I'll see you around at one. What if I'm in a different time zone? How do I get support? We provide support with a toll-free number. It's 1-855-GO-PROMO. Additionally, you can email us. There's live chat on our website. And if you are a professional customer, a music festival, then you get a cell phone number of a client success person. You can text back and forth with them, talk to them at all hours, give them a shout whenever they need it. So we really take care of our customers. As I said, we can only handle 10 new customers per month because we want to make sure you're successful. How can I see a demo of the software? Again, go to promotix.com/quiz. Fill it out. At the end of that, there'll be a calendar there. You can choose to book with our event strategist, and they will take you under the hood and show you anything you want to see in the software itself. How do my staff and I get training on the software? Our customer and client success managers will train your staff on how to use it. They'll also help train any ambassadors that you might already have or that you want to recruit locally to bring onto the ambassador network. They'll also train them how to use the software to be a good ambassador. How soon should I get started to be successful with my festival? Well, so this one's interesting. We've had people that start, 30 days before their event. We've had people start 90 days before their event. People start 6 months before their event, and even 10 months before their event. When they're just getting started, they think about it right away. The truth is, the longer that you're on the program, the longer that you start your ambassador program, the longer that you have your tickets on sale, the more you're going to sell, the better you're going to do. This goes, I've seen this in every study that we've done so far. The clients that start their campaigns, farthest out from their event, do the best on the platform. It doesn't mean that if you're just starting 60 days ahead of time that you're going to fail. It doesn't mean that at all. In fact, you're going to do really, really well. It just means that if you can start earlier, the earlier you start, the better. You need to start now, as soon as possible. What if you don't like it? Can you ask for your money back? Yes, you can ask for your money back. So we have the $20,000 guarantee, as I said. I don't know who doesn't like making at least $20,000 more next year. Everybody's going to like making $20,000 more next year. If you don't, then you can ask for your money back, and we give you your money back. So how do you get started? That's an easy one. Again, go to promotix.com/quiz, fill it out, and book an appointment with the event strategist, or we'll be in touch with you as soon as you do that. So now go fill out the quiz. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave me a comment, send me an email. Go fill out the quiz. promotix.com/quiz. Remember, there's only 10 spots per month. We're going to give you a special offer compared to our normal pricing, and we'll see you. Oh, don't forget, go find those other videos I mentioned earlier, the ones in regards to the real cost of ticketing, the increase your music festival profit guaranteed, make $410,000 more this year booking artists, and how to sell $380,000 in additional ticket sales. Go find those other videos on YouTube. Make sure you watch them. I'll see you in the next video.